Right now, there's cleanup underway in Moosup after a church was struck by lightning last night. Officials are asking you to stay away until the crews can assess damage here. The steeple was hit, and that scattered debris everywhere. No word yet on any injuries or any other parts of the building that were damaged. Cones are now placed around the parking lot in Moosup just to keep people away.